we started working on cross court, and changing direction. And we were in Sydney at the time, so I started calling it a Sydney. And reverse Sydney, so all reverse Sydney is taking the down the line ball that the guys hit and changing direction cross court. So Walker right now is working on neutralizing his good shot. We go back to the criteria and coaching about what you're looking for now. Now Walker becomes, and this becomes more oriented towards real play, Walker becomes much more cognizant of when he's actually given up a ball that gives him the first criteria that we're worried about in changing direction, time. So if he recognizes that he gives Deaton a ball that has time, he has to be more aware of the down the line ball, and he has to change his court position. I think one of the things that we all forget to work on a little bit when we work with kids that are at a little bit lower level is court position and recognizing where they're supposed to move to in the court. So if Walker gives up a ball, hey, let's switch it up and have Walker, you changing it on the line, Deaton, you go cross court on the change. So but worrying about, so if Deaton hits a ball that he recognizes gives Walker the ability to change and go down the line, his court position has to change and create a little bit more of a defensive position in the court form. And that's something that we tend to forget about when we work with the younger kids. And again, for me, going back to my experience in my academy, you know, I like to talk to the kids in a group a lot of times. So when we would do these kind of drills, even though I might have explained it to them a month earlier, we'll get them together and stand them in a group and dissect all that stuff and then let them go and do it. I'm a big believer in the fact that even though you're probably in your head, and I know this because I felt the same way, you probably feel like you're talking to one or two of the kids or two or three of the kids that are really paying attention and getting it. I think it's important that you have to disseminate that information on a regular basis. Give them the information and let them know, and then let them kind of explore and figure out what they want to do with it and what they can do with it. Okay? All right. Let's let these guys go a little bit longer. Does anybody have any questions based on, yeah?
Guys at this level, how much do you guys from the USTA address technical issues?
That would depend on the individual coach.
Okay.
And how technical the issue is. I promised the guys today that I wouldn't pick apart any parts of their game. That's perfect, Walker. We also, look, one of the things in going back to these things, talking about the down the line ball, Sydney, and reverse Sydney. One of the dangers in the Sydney is that guys try and change when the other guy's court position is still too strong. And they have a tendency on the Sydney to try and pull the ball, not try to, but they do pull the ball into the center of the court, narrowing the space that guy has to cover. So we try to create, Sydney's supposed to be offense. You're supposed to be trying to create offense when you play down the line. The reverse Sydney guy can be offense, can be defense, can be max offense, can be max defense. So you just saw last one, Deaton stretched out trying to get to the ball on a slice. That's a good thing. We want that to happen. We want the guy that's doing the Sydneys to try and put this guy in as much defensive position as we possibly can. But at the same time, he has to recognize that when he changes down the line, if he doesn't do a good job with it, that he should get over there and rip the ball across. Hey, if you guys want to grab a drink again, go ahead and grab a drink. So those